Well, welcome to our course check-in period. What I like to do sporadically throughout the course is to have these little video check-ins with you. This is a good point to do that because we've just finished, or actually as I'm shooting this, we still have a couple more days left in Module 3. But Module 3 is the last module of the first unit, which is the pharmacology unit. Remember that the class is made of 8 modules, but to kind of organize it, I've layered another level on top of it, and those are in units. So we have Unit 1, which is drugs. Unit 2 will be legal and ethical issues related to patient care, and then the last unit will be on CT and MRI specific patient care issues. So right now we're finishing drugs. I will say I've talked to some of you through email that the pharmacology section has always been the most difficult. And some of you had some concerns about your quiz grades and not quite performing that the way you want. Don't worry. That is pretty historic for this class. There's a lot of new material stuff that we just, as imaging professionals, we don't see on a daily basis. Nurses may see this stuff. We don't. So I know that this is a very difficult part for you. I've run this class 5-6 times at least, and it's always the next units, Unit 2 and Unit 3, the last one, students do really, really well in. So I would not be overly concerned. But with that being said, I'm also going to drop the lowest quiz grade. So if you didn't have a great quiz grade on one of your 3 quizzes that you've had so far in the course, one of them will be, I'll drop the lowest one automatically. Many of you have scored near perfect grades or perfect grades all the way through. If you wish, you could use that strategy and take a quiz off. Just know that I'm going to pick the lowest quiz grade. If it's the one that you decided to skip, well, it's going to be that one, and I'll count all the other ones. So use that in your overall strategy, is whether you wanted just to take every quiz and then just toss out the lowest one. Students usually wait to if they have scored 100% on all their quizzes, and then they'll take off Unit 8 and not do the quiz there. That's okay. But that's up to you. So, no, we're going to drop the lowest quiz grade. Also, and I've been talking to some of you, especially through email, that there's going to be an extra credit opportunity. I usually like to do that in Module 6. For those of you that need it, you'll have plenty of time to turn it in before the end of the class. So, long story short is you'll have plenty of opportunity to earn really whatever grade that you wish. Typically, where students do not get the grade that they want is if they fail to turn in an assignment. So with that being said, we have all of our grades in through Module 1 and 2, and right now we're still shooting. We're still live in Module 3. Take a look at your grades. If you have a 1 point, a single 1 value in your grade, that means I could not locate your assignment. If you didn't turn one in, I am pretty forgiving on late assignments. I only will stick to the policy in the syllabus, usually under extreme situations when students are completely not responding to me. That I might do, but honestly, if you have a late assignment and you think, oh, it's not worth turning in because I lose 10% a day, I will take those, and I'll be very kind to you in the deduction on points for late. You don't want to get a 0 in any category. That is, again, where students typically, the student or non-successful student, the one maybe that gets a C or a D, are those folks that have zeros. So please don't have any zeros in any columns of any of assignments that you'll have, and you'll do just fine. They tend to be in the A, B category, and you'll know very shortly by how your grades are looking. I'd say most students that are on the B category can definitely achieve A category with really good performance in the final 2 modules. So, which you should find relatively easier to do because it'll be more familiar territory for you as we go into CT and MRI patient care issues. So that's a little bit about the grading and the extra credit opportunity coming up. Now, looking at my notes here, the next kind of new thing that's coming up for us is we are entering a new unit. We're going to be doing the legal and ethical unit on patient care. as I had in the module, I also had a little disclosure on the video. I shot that video last semester when we actually had a textbook, but I put a little disclosure on there, no textbook required from this point forward. So I will provide you PDFs for all the reading assignments pretty much going forward all the way through the end of the course. So there's no more textbooks that we'll be using for that. So look for the PDFs that will be in your modules for the readings. Another new thing that we'll be doing as I look for what we're doing in units module 4, we'll be starting our, I call them virtual one-on-one meetings. I've tried different formats over the years, from Apple FaceTime to Skype to Google Hangout. The thing that's always worked best is just a simple telephone call, though. I tried to get fancy with the technology, but it didn't really work. The telephone call actually works the best. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have blocks of time available for you that I'm typically sitting right here at my desk, and you can give me a call. I'd expect we're going to talk for maybe 5 or 10 minutes. We'll talk about the course, but we can also talk about the program. We really can talk about anything that you like. Again, I like to make sure we're addressing everything we want to do with the course. Maybe you have questions about unit papers. We can talk about that. But again, we can take the conversation in some different directions. Since I'm also the dean of the division here and the chair of this program, I can pretty much answer most of your questions. If not, I can find someone that can. So spend about 5 to 10 minutes talking to me, and we'll be doing that in modules 4 and 5. So, and what I'd like to do for this, and this is the way it's always kind of worked out best, is again, I'll have blocks of time that I'm typically here. I'll have evening times available and weekends for those. I know some of you are working, second and third shifts, so don't worry, we'll have some time for you. And if you do have a special need on time, I can take a kind of a custom appointment. But what I want to avoid is actually making, for most of you, if we can, making an actual appointment time. So I'll leave it up to you. If you're available, give me a call. If I'm not at a meeting or talking with another student or teaching, I'll be here and I'll be able to answer the phone. Occasionally I get called away from my desk, and that just happens. So, but hopefully we should be able to connect, and we have over 2 weeks to do this. So please plan on that. Give me a call and let's talk for 5 to 10 minutes. Instructions will be in the module on how to do that. Let's see, what else? That pretty much covers it for going into the next unit. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call or email me or text me. I do really like text messaging because usually I can get back to you wherever I'm at. I can get back to you relatively quickly. So don't be bashful about using that. And remember, we are dropping the lowest quiz grade, and extra credit opportunity will be available sometime in Module 6. All right, well, that pretty much covers all the major points I wanted to talk about. Again, if you have any questions or I've missed something, don't hesitate to give me a call or contact me. And as always, thank you for watching.